China?
China.
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 Some people might hate it.
But we can't live without it. Sorry.
Okay lang, dude. Okay lang, dude. Okay, rolling pa rin. Take 4. China?
China.
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 Some people might hate it.
But we can't live without it.
With 28% of the global manufacturing output coming from China, it's pretty much inevitable that everybody will own something that's made in China. And with this kind of global manufacturing output, well, Chinese car brands will surely take on the global car platform. And today in this video, I've teamed up with Wess Cabungcal of Bearing PH Motoring so that we could feature 3, you heard it, 3 of the hottest new crossovers to come from the Middle Kingdom. So, Wess, are you ready to take on our biggest endeavor yet?
You betcha.
Well, bro, you know the drill. Let's do this! Hello guys, I'm Reagan and I'm here now with Wess of Bearing PH Motoring. Now Wess would have his own video of this 3-way comparo, so it would be great if you could click the link above and subscribe to his channel as well. And if you haven't already guys, please subscribe to my channel as well so that we could keep on making videos like these. Now what we have here is 3 of the hottest crossovers that came into our local market and they're all from China. Over here we have the Chery Tiggo8 Lux EX, which is the current flagship crossover from Chery Auto Philippines. And beside that we have the Ford Territory Titanium, which we all know is an American brand, but it came by way of China. Beside the Territory we have the feisty little Geely Coolray Sport.
So why these 3 cars, Ray?
Well, Wess, despite being in different car categories, they surprisingly share a lot of things in common. First, they have practically the same engines. Then they also have the same level of tech advancements, and most importantly, they have the same price levels. And I've always wanted to try a threesome anyway.
Well, we have 3 cars and then there's you and me. Doesn't that make it a 5-some?
Bro, let's just keep this about the cars, okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, guys, this wouldn't be like some of my previous comparos where we pit 2 cars head-to-head against each other in a battle to the death. Rather, what we're going to do here is we're going to feature the key elements and features of these 3 cars just to determine which car suits the best type of driver. So that way, everybody's going to be happy.
And that's a good thing.
So let's begin. When it comes to price, all 3 of these crossovers are practically at the same price level, and the difference in their pricing actually also reflects the difference in their sizing categories. The subcompact Geely Coolray Sport we have here retails for 1,198,000 Philippine pesos. The compact Ford Territory Titanium is at 1,299,000 Philippine pesos, and the largest of the bunch, the Chery Tiggo8 Lux EX, being a mid-size category already, comes in at 1,350,000 Philippine pesos. Now, however, despite being the priciest, remember that Chery Auto Philippines offers all of its Chery owners with a free 3-year PMS package, and if you factor that in, then the price of the Chery Tiggo8 already falls at the same level as the Ford Territory Titanium. So really guys, when it comes to price, there's really no contest here. All 3 compact crossovers are pretty much at the same level. So Wess, what do you think of these 3 cars in terms of looks?
Well, China's definitely come a long way since their days of being copycats. These cars are stunning.
Yeah, that's the thing, bro. I mean, you'd expect that if you say it's a Chinese-made car, that it would be copying each other or maybe even car brands. But that's not really the thing here. In fact, when you look at the 3 cars, you get a vibe like they're like a family. You see, the Coolray Sport, it's like the young teenage son, all brash and sporty. While the Ford Territory, it has that mommy vibe to it with its sexy, curvy hips and its cute little front grille. Now the Chery Tiggo8, that's really a bona fide daddy car with its squared off muscular stance, its wide front grille, and let's not forget to mention those Batman tires.
Oh yeah, you gotta mention those Batman tires.
So yeah, it's really a toss-up when it comes to exterior looks. They all appeal to a different kind of market segment. The Coolray would appeal more to the younger crowd, while the Territory has that feminine vibe to it, and the Chery Tiggo8, well, it will make a lot of titos of Manila very happy.
Let's go.
While all three cabins are well appointed, the Territory's interior shines the brightest for me amongst all the three. The leather seats that we have here are softer and more supple, and it also has that fancy heated and cooled seat option that the other two crossovers don't really have. The material that's used in the Territory is also real leather seats, as opposed to the faux leather that's found in the Tiggo8 and the leather seats with leatherette inserts that are found in the Geely Coolray Sport. The Territory also gets Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a nifty 360-degree view camera with a drone view that is pretty similar to, well, the Geely Coolray Sport. Now, the thing is, the Coolray Sport and the Tiggo8, both of them don't have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto yet. So in that regard, the Territory is still a step ahead versus the two crossovers. Lastly, the Territory also has the most safety features found amongst all the three crossovers, with Ford's Co-Pilot 360 system that includes like adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, emergency braking, and all that. Now, to a lot of people, that is a huge plus. The Geely Coolray Sport's cabin is well appointed, especially when you compare it to other car brands, but not against the Ford Territory or the Chery Tiggo8. In fact, this feels like the most bare amongst the three. You get some hard plastics here in your door panel, as well as the lower part of your dashboards, much more than the ones found in the Chery Tiggo8 and the Ford Territory. The switchgear also doesn't feel as premium as the other two crossovers, so you have that. The good thing is your center stack here is a nice floating design, and it's finished in this nice brushed aluminum finish here that should stand the test of time better than the piano black finishes found in the Ford Territory and the Chery Tiggo8. Now, the Tiggo8 may have faux leather seats, but admittedly, the quality of the leather that they use here, the material, well, it could run alongside the ones that are found in the Ford Territory Titanium. The switch gear are also more robust here in the Chery Tiggo8 than the Territories and the Coolrays. And if you notice the AC vent controls, it also features that same circular knobs that can be found in the AC vents of the Ford Territory. So they probably even have the same supplier. The Tiggo8 also has a 360-degree view camera, but it's not as fancy as the ones that are found in the Coolray Sport or the Territory with that drone view. Anyway, while you don't really get park assist as well in the Tiggo8, but remember guys, this is really the daddy car, and no daddy will admit that they would require the assistance of a fancy park assist. However, the Tiggo8 may not have these fancy tech bits and features from the other two contenders, but it makes up for it with this. The Tiggo8 is the only one here in the bunch that has a smartwatch key, and the smartwatch key enables you to remote start your engine from outside, remote open your liftgate, open and close all of your windows, monitor your health, track your steps, and even tell the time. So yes, you may not even have those kinds of tech appointments and features in the Tiggo8, but this baby, it brings it up quite close to those two. So for interior appointments and the tech department, guys, the Territory really just offers the best value. But the Tiggo8 that we have here and the Geely Coolray Sport, well, they're really not that far behind. In fact, they're really nipping at the heels of the Territory in terms of cabin quality and tech features.
Let's go.
Now, if space is a big priority for you, then the Chery Tiggo8 here is your best bet. The Tiggo8 has the largest trunk capacity in the three crossovers with 890 liters of trunk space with the third row folded. It's also the only one with two extra seats at the back, so you also have that. Now that 890 liters of trunk capacity of the Tiggo8, well, that's more than double the one you can find in the Territory at 420 liters, and it's nearly triple the trunk capacity of the Geely Coolray Sport at 330 liters. Not only is the Tiggo8's trunk capacity the biggest of the bunch, it's also the smartest as well. It's the only one that sports a power automatic liftgate, and it's a smart liftgate at that, because once it detects your smartwatch key, it will automatically open for you. So when it comes to space, well, it's really no-brainer. The Chery Tiggo8 takes it home.
Turn up, let's go. Turn up, let's go.
What's interesting about these three crossovers is they all have the same engine displacement at 1.5 liters each, and they're all turbocharged. However, despite the similarity, their power output is slightly different. The Chery Tiggo8 that I have here has 145 horses and 210 Newton meters of torque, while the Ford Territory comes in at 140 horses, so it's down by 5 horses versus the Tiggo8. But this one, the Territory, has 225 Newton meters of torque, so it's up on that aspect as well. Now the Geely Coolray Sport, well, this baby trumps both of these crossovers with a whopping 177 horses and 255 Newton meters of torque. When it comes to fuel economy, it's pretty much a toss-up amongst three crossovers. They all have equal fuel economies, with a city fuel economy of 8 to 10 kilometers per liter and a highway fuel economy of 14 to 16 kilometers per liter. Now, another interesting point here is how these three crossovers put the power down. You see, they may have the same engine and engine displacement, but they have different types of transmissions. The Chery Tiggo8 that we have here has a 6-speed dry dual clutch transmission, while the Ford Territory has a CVT transmission. And the Geely Coolray Sport, it has a 7-speed wet dual clutch transmission. Now, to further understand better how these transmissions put the power down, let's take all three crossovers out for a drive, starting with the Territory. The Territory sits right smack in the middle of the two when it comes to weight and torque figures, but its CVT transmission, well, it's a little bit of a letdown. There's a bit of CVT lag that can be found at the lower end of the speeds, and well, it really doesn't build up speed as fast as the dual clutch transmissions that can be found in the two other crossovers. The steering feel is also on the light side. It's also the lightest of the three crossovers. Now, some people might like it, but personally, I want a little bit more heft in my steering feel. That way I know that I have a little bit more control over the car. Granted, the cabin of this Territory is the plushest of the bunch, and I wouldn't really mind spending a lot of time inside the Ford Territory. Now, the CVT transmission's main advantage as well, it doesn't jerk at low speeds, and it's quite easy to drive in stop-and-go traffic. So let's head over to the Chery Tiggo8 and see how that Big Daddy drives. The Chery Tiggo8 6-speed dry DCT has a little bit of jerkiness at slow speeds, but thankfully it's not really that noticeable. Once you pick up speed though, this DCT will make itself known. Now, despite having the lowest level of torque figures amongst the three crossovers and the heaviest body as well, the Chery Tiggo8 doesn't really feel heavy or unwieldy. In fact, it's quite nimble on its feet and could really put the power down. It even feels a little bit quicker than the Ford Territory, believe it or not. Now, it's not as quick as the Coolray or as brutal when it comes to outright speed, but the Chery Tiggo8 could definitely keep up. That's the beauty of a decently tuned transmission. You could really put the power down effectively, and this 6-speed dry DCT of the Tiggo8 it can deliver the goods. Now let's switch over to the king of crossover speed, the Geely Coolray Sport. The Geely Coolray Sport 7-speed wet dual clutch transmission is the best transmission of the bunch. It's docile enough at parking lot speeds such that you don't really get too much jerkiness here and there, but at highway speeds, it's really lightning quick. Now, we also know the fact that the wet dual clutch transmission is more tolerant when it comes to higher temperatures, so you could subject this baby to more abuse and it could handle it well. The fact that it also has the most powerful engine of the bunch, well, that means you could get to your destination quicker, and it's really nice to know that you have that kind of power on tap. Now, let's wrap this whole comparo up and see what crossover is the best one for you. These three crossovers are such great contenders, and the great thing here is they serve practically the entire breadth of the local car market.
And that's the exciting part. There's a car here for almost everybody.
You're right, Wes. I mean, the Coolray is great for the young drivers, the up-and-coming, the yuppies who want that sporty performance, a fantastic tech feature set, and it all comes at a great price.
Then you have the Territory for those who are just about to start their families, and it also appeals to retirees who want something premium at an affordable price.
And the Chery Tiggo8, well, it's for that family man with kids in tow and they need that third row seats for the yayas. This family man also values performance driving and would love to have a premium cabin to drive the car in. And you know what's the common thing about all of these buyers, Wes?
What's that, Ray?
They all know a good bargain when they see one.
That's right.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this comparo. I mean, I had fun, but I didn't really know that having a threesome would be so tiring. But did you have fun, Wes?
Absolutely, I had a blast.
So guys, if you had fun, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel as well, head over to Wes's channel, give his video a like, subscribe to his channel as well so that we could keep making videos like these for you. I'm Reagan with Wess Cabungcal, and we'll see you again in our next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.